So let us solve the problem number 8 of your exercise 2.2b. So what is the problem? The problem is how many different committee of 4 members can be formed out of 8 members. So ये क्वेश्चन का मतलब क्या है? आपको कहा गया है कि आपके पास कितना मेंबर है? आपके पास 8 मेंबर है, ठीक है. इन 8 मेंबर से आपको एक कमिटी फॉर्म करना है, जो कमिटी 4 मेंबर्स का होना चाहिए, ठीक है. दैट मीन्स यू हैव 8 मेंबर्स. Out of those 8 members, you have to choose any 4 of them so that you can form one committee. Okay? So it's a problem of selection, isn't it? Because arrangement is not required in this case, right? You can select any persons from this, any 4 persons from the given 8 members, right? That means it's a problem of selection. That means it's a problem of combination. So it's very easy. Here your 8 is what? Your n. Your 8 is your n, and your this 4 is what? R. Just you just need to find NCR. That means 8C4. You just find the value. It will give you answer. Okay. So it's a very easy one. So it's a problem of combination. You just find the value, and you will get the answer. Okay. So let us discuss the next problem. So before that, pause the video, note it down. So let us discuss the next problem, number 8. 2. The problem is how many straight lines, number B, triangles, may be formed by joining 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear. First of all, you have to understand the equation, right? The equation is that how many straight lines you can form by joining 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear. That means you are given 15 points, right? And by using those 15 points, we have to make straight lines, okay? But one condition is given to you that no 3 of them are collinear. That means it will never happen. That means here what happened? 3 points are collinear, right? So this type of situations will not occur in this case. Okay, that means no 3 of them are collinear. That means you will never find this kind of situations. Okay, if 2 points are in this case, so one may be of this type, right? Here 3 points are not collinear, so it is given that 15 points are given to you, and where no 3 of them are collinear. And by using those 15 points, first of all, you have to find the number of straight lines that you can draw or you can form by using those 15 points. And the next question is, by using those 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear, you have to find the number of triangles that you can form by using those 15 points. Okay? So let me solve one by one. Solution number 8. That means how many straight lines may be formed by joining 15 points, right? First of all, you should know that how many points are required to form a straight line. That is very important question, isn't it? That how many points is required to form a straight line, right? So we know 2 points is required to form a straight line, isn't it? So from the given 15 points, by choosing any 2 of them, we can form straight lines, right? So it's a problem of selection, not arrangement. That means from the given 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear, you just pick any 2 points and join them, you will get a straight line, right? So it's a process of selection. That means it's a problem of combination. So it's a very easy. Number of straight lines, you just write. I am not going to write. Number of straight lines can be formed by joining 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear. Okay, you just write here that number of straight lines can be formed by joining 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear is equals to what? 15C2. Okay, you just calculate it. Factorial 15 by factorial 2 to 15 minus 2. Now what is this? 15 into 14 into factorial 13. It is 2 into 1, it is factorial 13. 13 cancel. 2 with 7, so it will be what? 105. So it's a correct. Okay, it's a correct answer. Now, now next solve number B. Number B. Now you see, same thing. That means, first of all, you should know that how many points are required to form a triangle, right? And we know that we need 3 points to form a triangle, right? So out of those 15 points, your job is to select any 3 of them and just join these 3 points. You can form definitely a triangle. That's why it is given that no 3 of them are collinear, because if 3 points are given in this way, then by joining these 3 points you will not able to form a triangle, isn't it? In this case, you have to think you have to think about it. If the situation is given in this way, right? So that's why it is given that no 3 of them are collinear. That means if you take any 2 points, the other point is like this. Okay? So in this case, you just by joining these 3 points, you can form triangle. Okay? So it is also easy. You just write here that number of triangles that can be formed by joining 15 points where no 3 of them are collinear is what? Equals to 15C3, and you just calculate it. Factorial 15 by factorial 3, so 15 minus 3, so it will be 15 into 14 into 13 into 12 divided by 3 into 2, 3 into 2 into 1 into factorial 12. So 12 cancel, and it will be 5, it will be 7, and you just calculate it. 5 into 91, and it will be 455. So it is correct. Okay. So this type of problems are easy, and I have initially I have told you that in case of permutation and combination, you require only 3 to 4 lines to solve the problems, right? But first of all, you have to focus this question, then you have to fill this problem, that what type of problems are there, that how to proceed to solve those problems. This is very important, right? You see, all the problems require 3 to 4 lines. Okay. So let us solve the next problem. So before that, pause the video, note it down. So let us discuss the next problem, number 8.3. So find the number of diagonals that can be drawn by joining angular points of a decagon, right? So to solve this problem, many things you should know. First of all, you have to know what do you mean by a decagon. It's very important. Decagon means it's a closed figure. It's a closed figure joining 10 points, right? Its shape looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then what? Then you can give here 9, 10, right? It's a decagon. That means this you have to give this this way. Okay, this it should be in this here, then it should be here, right? It should be here, and then yeah. Now you can join this. You see 10 points are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now join these points. Just join the points. This is a closed figure, and it's formed by using 10 points, and that's why it's known as decagon. ओके मेरा ड्राइंग इतना अच्छा नहीं इसलिए इतना अच्छा नहीं है बट दिस टाइप ऑफ shapes are known as decagon. That means it's a closed figure by joining 10 points. Okay, so your question is that how many diagonals you can form by joining the angular points of this decagon, right? So first of all, you should know to draw a diagonal how many points is required. This is a very important one, isn't it? So we know we need 2 points because diagonals are nothing but what? Nothing but a straight line, isn't it? So to form a triangle, we need 2 points, right? So we have already seen that in decagon there are 12 points, right? So in this case, if you take any 2 points and if you join them, you will get a diagonal. Is it clear? If you take any 2 points out of those 10 points and if you join them, will you get it is diagonal? Are you getting this? Because if you take this point and this point, so I have joined it. Whether it is a diagonal? No. It's not a diagonal. If you join this with this, then this is a diagonal. If you form this with this, then this is a diagonal. If you join this with this, then this is the diagonal. Right? That means this straight line, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, these 10 straight lines that are formed by the given 10 points are not regarded as a diagonal of this decagon. Right? यहाँ पे जो बाउंड्री में जितना भी लाइन है वो डायगोनल कंसीडर नहीं होगा, राइट? दे may consider a straight line but they are not diagonal. तो what is the conclusion? The conclusion is from the given 10 points, if you arbitrarily take any 2 points, that means from the given 10 points, if you take any 2 points, you can, that means how to solve the problem. पहले आपको कहा गया कि आप एक डेकागोन को डेकागोन से डेकागोन में कितना डायगोनल फॉर्म कर सकोगे, राइट, फ्रॉम द एंगुलर पॉइंट्स. तो पहले आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि डेकागोन में जो 10 पॉइंट्स है इसमें कितना स्ट्रेट लाइन होता है, वो भी छोड़ दो. आई नो टू फॉर्म ए डायगोनल वी नीड 2 points, right? So first of all, our main intention is that how many diagonals, total number of straight lines can be formed. So from the 10 points we can form 10c2 number of straight lines, right? And out of those 10c2 number of straight lines, we have seen that these 10 straight lines are not regarded as a diagonal. So just remove those 10 straight lines, you will get the number of diagonals, right? So first of all you have to write it like that. Simply you can write, no problem, that number of diagonals, you just write number of diagonals that can be formed by joining the angular points of a decagon is equals to 10c2 minus 10, right? Because from this 10c2 we will get the number of straight lines, total number of straight lines, right? And we have seen that those 10 straight lines are will not considered as a diagonal, isn't it? So just remove those 10 straight lines, and out of those 10 straight lines, all the straight lines can be considered as diagonal of this decagon. Okay? So now calculate it. It will be factorial 10 by factorial 2, 10 minus 2 minus 10. And it is 10 into 9 into factorial 8 by 2 into 1 factorial 8 minus 10. And it is 8 cancel, and 2 with 5, 45 minus 10, so it will be 35. This is the answer. Okay? So you see, the problem is very easy. One can solve the problem by recalling this step, isn't it? Because in your textbook, minimum number of problems are there, right? So one can recall those this line. That means this problem with this solution. One can recall, and by recalling this, he can easily do this in your exam, right? So ultimately, the concept of permutation combination will be used frequently in your competitive exams, right? So in this case, in that situation, you will not able to get those all the known problems. Okay, so try to understand the concept. So let us solve the next problem. So before that, pause the video, note it down. So let us solve the next problem. 8-4. So a polygon has 44 diagonals. Find the number of sides. Okay? अगर आप में से किसी ने इसका जो प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम है उसको ध्यान से देखा, ध्यान से समझा, तो ये प्रॉब्लम आपको करना चाहिए, क्योंकि the previous problem we have given the number of sides, isn't it? Because we have given that the polygon is nothing but the decagon, right? So we know the number of sides, right? And the given number of sides, we can form the number of diagonals. But here the number of diagonals are given to you for any polygon, and your job is to find the number of sides. Okay? So ध्यान से याद करो पहला जो प्रॉब्लम क्या है. यहाँ पे क्या था, एक डेकागन था जिसमें 10 पॉइंट से 10 पॉइंट्स में एक क्लोज्ड फिगर था, 10 पॉइंट से 10 स्ट्रेट लाइंस था. तो हम लोगों ने कैसा डायगोनल निकाला. तो किसी भी 10 पॉइंट से 2 पॉइंट अगर आप लोगे तो आपको सभी स्ट्रेट लाइन आ जाएगा. और इन सभी स्ट्रेट लाइनों से हम लोगों ने देखा है कि जो बाउंड्री में जो 10 स्ट्रेट लाइंस होता है वो क्या होता है, डायगोनल्स नहीं होता है. इसलिए इसके लिए हम लोगों ने इसको एक्सक्लूड कर दिया, राइट. दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे 10 था, राइट. 10 क्या था, नंबर ऑफ साइड्स. दैट मीन्स 10C2, 10 ये 10 क्या था, नंबर ऑफ साइड्स. माइनस 10 क्या था, ये भी 10 क्या था, नंबर ऑफ साइड्स. तो यहाँ पे हमारा पास नंबर ऑफ साइड्स जो है वो अननोन है. तो अगर अननोन होता है तो आप ले लो नंबर ऑफ साइड्स इक्वल्स टू n, isn't it? In this case, let n be the number of sides, right? Now हम लोगों ने नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स किस तरह से निकाला, nc2 minus n, isn't it? 10c2 minus 10, राइट. मतलब नंबर ऑफ साइड्स, नंबर ऑफ पॉइंट्स डेकागन में 10 है, तो नंबर ऑफ बाउंड्री में जो साइड्स होगा वो भी 10 होगा, राइट. सो इसलिए 10c2 किया माइनस 10 किया, तो हम लोगों ने क्या निकाल दिया, नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स. तो यहाँ पे भी हमारा साइड क्या है, n है. तो nc2 माइनस n क्या देगा, नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स, राइट. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू क्वेश्चन nc2 माइनस n क्या होगा, नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स 44 इज गिवन टू यू. नाउ जस्ट डू कैलकुलेट. This factorial n by factorial 2 into n minus 2 minus n equals to 44. Now it is n into n minus 1 into factorial n minus 2, and it is 2 into 1 factorial n minus 2 minus n equals to 44. Now it is what, this one cancel, and it will be n into n minus 1 by 2 equals to 44 minus n, right. So now it is n into n minus 1 equals to 88 minus 2n. Now it is n square minus n minus 88 plus 2n equals to 0. Now it is n square plus n minus 88 equals to 0. Now what to do? Now how to do it? Let me do this one. 22 11. Whether it is right or wrong. Factorial 2 into n minus 2 into n minus 1 factorial n minus 2 into 1. Yeah, sorry. It will be 44 plus n, isn't it? It will be plus. It will be minus. It will be minus. Now it is correct, right? Now n square minus 11n plus 8n minus 88 equals to 0. Now it is n into n minus 11 plus 8 into n minus 11 equals to 0. Now it is n minus 11 into n plus 8 equals to 0. Now this implies n equals to 11, since n cannot be equals to minus 8, isn't it? Because I have already told you this is a product of two real numbers equals to 0. That means any one of them must be 0. Now this must be equals to 0, because if you take this as 0, then 8 will be minus 8, isn't it? And n cannot be equals to minus 8, because here n indicates number of sides of a polygon, right? And number of sides of a polygon cannot be equals to minus 8, cannot be equals to negative quantity. Okay, so that is why n equals to 11, and finally you can write, therefore number of sides of the given polygon is 11. Okay, you just write it. So it's also easy. So let us solve the next problem. So before that, pause the video, note it down. So let us discuss the last problem of question number 8. Last problem is, out of 9 boys and 5 girls, how many committees may be formed each containing 6 boys and 2 girls. Okay, that means you are given 9 boy and 5 girl, right? You are given 9 boy and 5 girl, right? That means you have to form number of committees, right? And in each committee 6 boy and 2 girls must be there. That means maybe formed each containing 6 boys and 2 girls. Yeah. So you have to find the number of committees where each committee must be formed by 6 boys and 2 girls, right? So it's a very easy problem. Your first job is to select 6 boy out of those 9 boy. It's a concept of selection. No need to arrange anything, right? Again, in case of girl, you have to select 2 girl from these 5 girl. It's also a problem of selection. Now you see, it's a concept of fundamental principle of counting, isn't it? Because your first task depends on the second task, isn't it? आप इस जो यहाँ पे जो 9 बॉयज है, इस 9 बॉयज से कौन से 6 बॉय को मतलब चूज किया और इस 5 गर्ल से कौन सी 2 गर्ल को चूज किया, जो आपको कमिटी फॉर्म होगा वहाँ पे ये जो बॉय आपने सिलेक्ट किया, इस सिलेक्शन जो गर्ल को सिलेक्ट किया वो डिपेंडेंट है. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? 9 लड़कों से आपको 6 लड़का सिलेक्ट करना है, तो आपने किसी 6 को सिलेक्ट किया और 5 लड़की से 2 लड़की को सिलेक्ट करना है, आपने किसी 2 को सिलेक्ट किया. तो ये जो सिलेक्शन हुआ है, ये लड़का और लड़की का सिलेक्शन हुआ है, तो ये सिलेक्शन इसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है और ये भी सिलेक्शन इसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, isn't it? क्योंकि आफ्टर सिलेक्टिंग जो कमिटी फॉर्म होगा, इसमें ये लड़का लड़की को सिलेक्शन के ऊपर डिपेंड है और लड़की का सिलेक्शन भी लड़के के सिलेक्शन के ऊपर डिपेंड है. तो ये क्या है? फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ काउंटिंग, राइट? So it's very easy. You just write number of committees can be formed. Number of committees can be formed. 9 C6 fundamental principle of counting cross, then 5 C2, and you just calculate it. Factorial 9 by factorial 6 into 9 minus 6 cross 5 by 2 5 minus 2, right? So it is 9 into 7 into 9 into 8 into 7 into factorial 6, which is factorial 6 into factorial 3 cross 5 into 4 into factorial 3. So it is 2 into 1 into factorial 3. So it is what? 6 cancel. So it is 9 into 8 into 7. It is 3 into 2 into 1 cross this cancel. So it is 2, 10. Now it is 3, 4, 84 into 10. So it is 840. Right? Again you see it's a 3 to 4 steps. It's required 3 to 4 steps. But this step is very important. इसको आपको समझना होगा क्योंकि इस सिलेक्शन के ऊपर इसका डिपेंडेंट है. मतलब ये जो आप काम कर रहे हो, ये काम इसका ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, isn't it? मतलब आपने लिया यहाँ पे राम शाम जदू मधु 4 को ले लिया और यहाँ पे सीता रीमा को ले लिया, तो ये राम शाम जदू मधु और सीता रीमा का जो कमिटी फॉर्म होगा वो इन दोनों के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, जो हमने पहले एक्सप्लेन किया था फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ काउंटिंग. इफ यू forget it, you just go to the previous videos and watch those videos. You will get the concept again. Okay? So thank you.